Welcome back. Well, every Friday here on TV 20 Detroit, we're bringing you the latest releases in theaters and on the small screen at home. Each week is your chance to watch something new and possibly win a pair of free tickets, too. And here now with your weekend movie watch list is Tom Santilli, film critic, co-host, and executive producer of Movie Show Plus. And Tom, so great to see you again. I feel like it's been a while since we've both been here live, so it's great to see you again.
Yeah, you as well, Kevin. They got you pretty busy, man.
Yeah, well, likewise. I know you've been busy too, and you've got a lot of good ones coming out this weekend, right? What's new in theaters?
Yeah, lots to look at this weekend. The big couple releases in theaters, really the big buzzy one is Emancipation. This is a movie starring Will Smith. This is his first movie that he's in, since that slap heard around the world back at the Oscars in March. This movie is in theaters, and it's also streaming on Apple TV Plus this weekend. So check out Emancipation. It's a pretty good film, actually. Again, if you forgive Will Smith for his discrepancies in what he did back in March. The next one is Empire of Light. This is a movie. It takes place in a movie theater, and it's about kind of the love of movies. It stars Olivia Colman and Colin Firth. This movie, though, I felt was a little dull, a little slow. It's a romance. It just doesn't really do much for me, but Empire of Light is in theaters as well this weekend. And then you have, spoiler alert, this movie stars Jim Parsons, Sally Field, and it's directed by Michael Showalter, who really has become one of the best directors that nobody's really talking about. He's recently done like The Big Sick and The Eyes of Tammy Faye, and a movie that I love called Hello, My Name is Doris. So this is a really good movie with Jim Parsons that I hope people check out.
Do you think Will Smith, what if he has the role of his lifetime? Is he going to get another Academy Award despite what happened?
Yeah, I doubt that. I mean, the movie itself is kind of getting mixed reviews right now, and I don't think that the Academy will ever come back to Will Smith, at least for a while. Yeah, it's going to take a while for them to warm up to him.
All right, well, that's in theaters. We also want to talk about some of the new releases that people can watch from home. So what do you have the latest that's streaming for us?
Well, I want to talk about this movie a lot. It's called Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. And I know what you're thinking. The world needs another Pinocchio film. We already had the Disney Plus one this summer. But this is one of my favorite films of the year, believe it or not. It's a stop-motion film. And I actually had the chance to talk with Guillermo del Toro himself. I was in New York City recently for an interview. And here's a short clip from that experience.
I've heard people describe your version too as, it's Pinocchio, but it's darker. Would you agree with that characterization, that this is a dark story?
I disagree completely. Yeah. I think it's the opposite. I think it's the most luminous and big-hearted movie I've ever done. And Mark Gustafson and I always saw it that way. We always saw it as an incredibly beautiful film. Now, it is very easy to have a movie that takes place in a difficult time historically, that deals with life and death and says darker, but I think that the darkness is there to illuminate, to actually allow the illumination, to give contrast to the light, and the light is the overwhelming energy in this movie.
Man, that sounds interesting. Like, it just doesn't sound like the typical Pinocchio story that we know. Is it much different from that classic tale that we know?
It is it kind of subverts your expectations. It's a beautiful, heartfelt movie. It really is one of my favorite films of the year, and it's available now streaming on Netflix today. I really, really, really hope people check this movie out because it is worth your time.
Awesome, yeah. And if you don't, if you don't have to rent it necessarily if you already have Netflix. I know you're always so generous with our viewers, Tom. What do you have going on for them this week?
Yeah, this is a big one. Are you an Avatar fan, Kevin?
I am.
Okay, well, everybody I think is anticipating this. Avatar: The Way of Water. This is a new film. Next weekend is when it finally releases. I have tickets. If you go to the link on your screen, go to the scan the QR code if you want. You can get yourself some advanced tickets. This is to see the movie before the general public. It's first come, first serve, so do that right away. I'm sure people are going to be running to their computers and on their phones to get those tickets, because they won't last long.
Yeah, and you've got the QR code, too, on your screen, too, if you have your phone out. And then that one's, I mean, that's going to be, do you think that that's going to be like the highest grossing movie of the year?
I would never, ever bet against James Cameron. He seems to prove Hollywood wrong time and time again. And yeah, I think the buzz around this, the critics have seen it now. I actually missed the screening because I was in New York, so I haven't seen it. But the critics are raving about it as a technical masterpiece. And so I think it's going to, it could be an Oscar movie, like a late-breaking Oscar thing where we see James Cameron on stage again.
That's going to be a good one to see. Lots of good stuff to watch this weekend. So, Tom, we really appreciate all of your insight and your information, what you can watch. Again, where can people go to get your reviews and episodes?
Yeah, movieshowplus.com. Go there for all my recent reviews and more of my interview with Guillermo del Toro.
All right, awesome. Hey, Tom, thank you so much. Great to see you again. Hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we can't wait to see you next week.
Hey, you as well, Kevin. Thanks, man.